Okay, hello you chucklefucks. Or, yeah. What's up, you chucklefucks? Hello, chucklefucks? Whatever, not the point. So, this is your boy, Jack Ragu here, with What If Issei was the White Flame Monarch? Or, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna just say White Flame Monarch. So I might change the title, what I've been kind of saying, because it sounds kind of dumb for me. But yeah, so it's called a White Flame Monarch. So, yeah. This is a new thumbnail I made a while ago. Probably doesn't look that great. Probably I gotta change it a little bit. I don't know. But not the point. So, let me say something. So, of course, this is part 4 of this What If. Part 5 will be whenever. But not the point. I should also mention one thing. I know someone asked me for if I'm gonna do the Frost Monarch. I already did one that was mostly the What If Issei was a Beast Monarch. What if Issei was basically the Shadow and Dragon Monarch? What if Issei was the Shadow Monarch? Or it was like Song Jin-woo? What if Issei had the system and it was Virgil? I'm actually realizing one thing. I've been doing a bunch of what ifs where Issei either has a fucking system or is a monarch. And I'm still not done with the whole monarch thing, because mostly I remember doing a what if Issei, or well, I haven't done it, but mostly I did it in the community tab saying what if Issei was the fox monarch. And there was another one that was basically what if Issei lost his humanity, but basically in that one he's basically two different monarchs together. That being the Shadow Monarch and that being the Infinity Monarch. An Infinite Monarch that I'm just gonna basically base on Gojo. So yeah. But that's not the point here or there or whatever the fuck I'm going on about. But yeah. So there's a I know there's some people that ask me to actually keep focus on one what if and finish it. Problem is that I get bored really easily if I just focus on one what if. Really, that's why I try not to focus on too many one what ifs, because if I focus on one of them, I'm gonna get bored and I'm gonna probably get burned out. But not the point. So yeah, I'd rather go into different multiple stories and then think of more during that. Whatever. Okay, I'm just rambling on right now. But that's not the point here or there. So today's the last day for my school. Mostly, before we go into like a 1 week of vacation. I'm going to probably have to get a job during that 1 week of vacation. Just so, yeah, because I had mostly the interview from yesterday. Yeah, they didn't really call me at all. So I'm guessing I didn't get the job. I didn't even get an email. Wait. So yeah, didn't get an email. No, nothing. So yeah, I didn't get the job. Unless I did, but I didn't. But that's not the point here or there. Let me get into this what if. Let me shut the fuck up. No recaps, no nothing. Also, before I go on, I probably will bring back another what if, and that would be what if Issei had the Renegon after being cheated on. I don't remember what I did on that one, but after watching it, I see that I did it for 1 hour and 37 minutes. I don't know much on what I have to do, but yeah. Also, I'm going to have to start reading the light novels and what's it called, DXT, because I don't even know what happens after Sir Orcus battle. Unless someone else can just explain to me what happens after Sir Orcus battle, because yeah. But after that, I don't even know what happens after that. But yeah. Unless season whatever comes earlier than me reading the light novel, I'll probably go on with that. But yeah, also I haven't even read the manga. Well, I have read the manga a little bit, and then I started reading what's it called, MASH. MASH, and well, mostly the new anime that's basically Asta on steroids in a different world, and this time he has no magic. But yeah, but that's not the point here or there. Now let me get into this what if. Sorry for rambling on, and yeah, let me begin. So we go into Issei. Issei is right now on his White Flame Dragon, mostly his wire. I'm just gonna call it wire for right now, because, or you know what, I'm gonna call it you want me to just call it W? Yeah, so the dragon is gonna be called Shiro W. But I don't know, just basically the original name I can't remember what it's called. It's like a Wyron are basically a different type of dragon, I think so. So yeah, this is where mostly the dragon is right now kind of breathing out kind of white flames from his mouth, trying to attack well. the ant. The ant is right now flying through the air and right now fighting against Issei, trying to claw at Issei, but Issei managed to block it with one of his daggers, his black daggers. And this is where, well, they are both clashing up in the air. This is where, well, both of them are right now not letting go of mostly their kind of, well, will to fight, because they are both kind of clashing with their own auras. Right now, Beru has a very reddish and mostly not demonic aura, mostly a reddish and very sinister aura, and his eyes are kind of enraged, fighting against Issei. While Issei is having this very calm, somewhat, he has a little bit of like a calm aura, and his aura is a little bit similar to that of being demonic, having white flames kind of come out of his body, but not much, kind of like heating up, but yeah, heating up the air around him, but yeah. This is where, well, both of them are just keep clashing and clashing and clashing. Now, of course, where, well, Issei tells Warren to kind of grab him and throw him straight towards Beru, which he knows this could be a terrible idea, but pretty much there's no other way but to actually surprise attack Beru. And making Beru to be surprised with the fact that Issei going to do something crazy and stupid. Which multiple people wouldn't do crazy, stupid ideas, but then again, it's like a surprise attack, because they won't suspect that you have done this. But yeah, the dragon itself grabbed mostly Issei from mostly the waist and just threw him straight towards Beru. Beru widened his eyes and realized that this is about to get hit. This is where Beru right now uses what's it called, the sacred gear, that one person that had it. Basically, it's like a longitis kind of like shield defense sacred gear. He makes a magic barrier appear in his, around him. This is where, well, Issei stabbed both the daggers into the barrier. Right now seems to be able to pierce through it, but not much. This is where, well, Issei knew that this shit was going to not work that much, but he just needed something to hold on. This is where, well, Issei noticed that Beru was about to turn off the damn barrier. Maybe he was going to do it, but this is where Beru was kind of shocked to see the daggers being able to pierce a little bit. But Issei didn't care. This is where Issei still holds on with the daggers. This is where he then let go of one of his hands from the daggers and decided to clock the fucking barrier so hard. This is where, well, he managed to kind of break the barrier at mostly where the dagger was at, because he can, well, mostly he pulled out one of the daggers out, kind of put it in his inventory, and then punched the shit in where that got them mostly cut would be at, that little pierce kind of hole. This is where Issei punches the shit out of, well, the barrier in an instant. Right now shattering it. Right now surprising Beru in an instant. This is where Issei then grabs its wing in an instant while cutting it by pulling out his other dagger. But yeah, from the inventory. One of them then fell down to the, ground, mostly into the water, but he will go get it later. Or he can just kind of bring it back into the inventory, but that's not the point. This is where, well, Issei cuts off his wing, and this is where Beru screams right now, grabbing Issei from the neck. And this is where, well, both of them were right now in a very furious battle and trying to kill each other, but trying to survive from each other's attack. Because Issei wanted to stab him right in the freaking, like, face, like, really right in the fucking head, while Beru was trying to choke the life out of him. This is where both of them are just grinding their teeth at each other, or mostly, if they could, grind their mostly teeth. But mostly, one is an ant, one is a human. Somewhat human, but not the point. This is where Issei says, "You son of a bitch, just die already, you damn it!" This is where, well, Beru says, "You die!" This is where both of them are kind of just trying to kill each other. And this is where, well, mostly Shiro, the white dragon, mostly the dragon, I'm gonna call the dragon called Hono, just why not? This is where Hono noticed Issei and mostly Beru struggle, and this is where, well, mostly Hono rushes straight towards mostly Beru and even Issei, because there were battle land in the water, and of course it could be a struggle for both of them, or it could give one an advantage or the other one not an advantage. So what Hono did is basically try to push them towards mostly the land, which he managed to do it. And of course, mostly both of the struggles from Issei and Beru managed to let go because of the fact they got pushed towards the sand. And this is where Issei rolled in the sand, and this is where, well, he did lose one of his daggers. Well, both of his daggers. One was in the, well, kind of in this inventory, while the other one was kind of thrown towards the side near the rock. But yeah, well, a rock that was in the sand, but not the point. And this is where, well, Beru kind of was kneeling and one kind of knee on the kind of sand, while having his arm also in the sand, kind of pushing himself up. And this is where both of them looks at each other with such murderous eyes. This is where, well, everyone else is just watching this and just kind of in awe. This is where, well, Beru screeches and tries to send his bloodlust at Issei. While Issei was affected by it, the system managed to kind of infect him, and this is where Issei didn't care and rushed straight towards Beru. Beru right now swings one of his claw attacks to try to attack Issei and take his head off. Issei managed to duck and send an uppercut right into Beru's chest. Beru kind of gets pushed back. This is where Beru starts kind of fighting with him in hand-to-hand combat. Mostly Beru actually does know about hand-to-hand combat because mostly he's kind of an intelligent kind of bug, an insect. So of course, well, both of them are right now in furious kind of clash of hand-to-hand combat. This is where, well, Beru right now tries to punch him in the face while Issei ducks and right now kind of sends a mostly left hook straight towards Beru's face, which Beru managed to block. And this is where Beru then sends a, what's it called, knee into Issei, while Issei managed to kind of like mostly jump backwards, but then send a kind of powerful like right kind of like foot into mostly Beru's head, which Beru managed to kind of block it again. And this is where, well, both of them are just basically in a very, mostly in a very heavy battle. Think of it like Hanma and Mikey's kind of fight during when they first met. But yeah. This is where, well, Issei managed to jump up and then kick him right in the side of the head. This is where Beru managed to block, and this is where Issei then grabs one of Beru's arms and kind of punch him right in the face. This is where pushing Beru straight into mostly the sand, or mostly rolling him into the sand, and then him managed to get up and right now in rage. This is where he pulls both of his arms out and kind of widen them out to have mostly sharp claws. This is where he then rushes at Issei with a murderous intent to kill him. This is where, well, Issei noticed that he doesn't have his daggers, so what he does is then pull out a katana out of nowhere. This is where, well, the katana was basically mostly the handle of itself. It wasn't like a normal katana where the handle is kind of like having a design. It was mostly like, it was wrapped with kind of white kind of like bandages. Think of it similar, or not white bandages, mostly like this white kind of, what was it called? I wouldn't say rope. No, mostly it kind of looks similar to that of like Ichigo's kind of like shikai, not mostly his bankai, his shikai yet, where it has that white kind of handle somewhat. Mostly it's kind of like wrapped around. I forgot what it's called. Fuck. But yeah, mostly it has it like that, and this is where it doesn't have a guard like a normal guard, because yeah, it doesn't really have one. But this is where it has a blade, and the blade is kind of a whitish color. This is where, well, Issei is right now rushing straight towards Beru. This is where, well, both of them are right now rushing towards each other, while Issei has his left hand right in front of him, just in case he's gonna have to block an attack from Beru, just to get a clean hit with his, what's it called, right hand having the sword. This is where, well, Beru is right now about to try to apply him. This is where, well, Issei decides to kind of take the fucking leap up in the air and tries to slash down with the katana. This is where he then uses his left hand to kind of grab the katana to try to slash down. Beru managed to jump out of the way, but of course his like arm was kind of cut, mostly his like left arm, because Issei managed to got him. This is where, well, Beru screeches in anger and right now roars in rage. This is where, well, he gets his kind of like right arm and covers up with a barrier. Mostly thanks to the fact that he's going to keep using the low tier laryngitis. This is where he then tries to punch at Issei, which Issei managed to try to block with his mostly right arm, but then it felt kind of broken. This is where Issei says, damn it. This is where, well, we go into mostly Beru going to rush at him again. Issei then says, what's it called? Mostly, what was that one kind of stats? What was it called? When was it called? He already did a daily quest, but mostly he hasn't really taken the rewards and other things. It was like 3 points, what's it called? Stat recovery and other stuff. So of course he took stat recovery just to recover his arm, and this is where he managed to jump away from mostly well, what's it called? Beru from punching him again. So of course what Beru kind of has is it kind of looks like, what's it called? That one dude from One Piece, that guy where he uses the barrier no mi, and kind of put in a barrier bubble around his like fist to punch that shit up that one person. But yeah, of course Beru kind of has it like that in his right hand. This is where, well, Issei managed to get his arm back to being recovered, and this is where, well, Issei then says, okay, this is going nowhere. That's it. I'm gonna have to use this new skill. This is where, well, Issei kind of remembers a new skill, half transformation. This is where, well, Issei doesn't know what it does entirely, but of course he only remember kind of feeling this like strange power going into his body. But he felt much stronger, but yes, well, mostly less kind of, mostly he felt stronger, but at the same time, he felt like he can just take on anything. He felt like quite arrogant. But this is where, oh, he doesn't want to be cocky or arrogant during this whole battle. Because if he does, Beru is going to take the chance to kill him. So of course, to work well, he says, fuck it, half transformation. This is where he activates the skill. The system right now appears the skill. And this worked well. Issei's hair, that was right now a brownish, mostly a brownish color in an instant. Mostly a brownish kind of like haircut color. This starts to start flowing up in an instant, his hair. And this starts to turn white. White flames started appearing on his head. This worked well. His eyes became a reddish color, which he closes them and then turns into a red color. This worked well. They became a little bit, well, not slick, but mostly they just became red. And this worked well. He then felt like he has much more power running through his body. He also felt like he started kind of growing a pair of horns on top of his head, because they are. A small bit of horns started appearing on his head. This worked well. Issei didn't really care, but this worked well. He also felt like his teeth became sharper, because they did. This worked well. Issei kind of looks at what's called Beru, and Beru looks at him surprised. Now, of course, Issei also has one more feature that kind of shocks people a little bit, but yeah. So, also, this will work well. He also has a tail, mostly a tail appearing behind him. This will work well. It was only a half transformation, not full transformation, but this will work well. He felt kind of more powerful. Well, a tail not really appearing, but it was still kind of a tail. This will work well. Issei looks at mostly Beru, and this is where Beru seems surprised. This is where, well, Issei disappears from Beru's sight and then appears right in front of him. This is where, well, he's holding the katana in one right hand, while in his left hand actually appears the dagger in an instant from mostly where the rock was at. He uses telekinesis to actually grab it. This is where he was about to stab Beru, but Beru managed to kind of block it with a barrier hand, managed to catch the dagger, and this is where Issei grins and says, "Thank you for actually holding that for me." This is where, well, Issei then says a technique that kind of surprised Beru in an instant. Wait. So he uses two techniques. He uses something called White Flame Cloak and then White Flame Dash. Or mostly Sprint. Sprint and Dash is whatever, the same. Well, mostly, yeah, Sprint. This is where, well, mostly his body entirely turns into a white cloak for a second. Mostly like a cloak. And this is where, well, his, what's it called, arms also kind of has like this, mostly flames appearing in his hand. But his legs actually appear with mostly like these flames, like whitish flames. And this is where, well, Issei then says, sword, katana, well, mostly says, katana technique, or mostly, not katana technique. He says, clan head technique, white flame crescent slash. This is where, well, Issei disappears in an instant because he uses white flame also dash or mostly sprint, and he just disappears from Beru, and all you see is Beru actually cut in a very like a large gap from mostly his chest, and of course his right arm is actually cut into well, cut off, and this is where Beru widened his eyes. This is where, well, he also had multiple cuts all around his body, and this is where, well, mostly there was another technique that he used that was called white flame, what's it called? Rapid cuts. But yeah, when he actually kind of was behind Beru. This is where, well, mostly he did say clan, which means that mostly Issei is actually part of a clan, but for a human. Mostly for, don't worry about that. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei then was behind Beru, and this is where Beru turns around and sees that he actually lost. This is where, well, he actually dies. He falls forward and dies. Issei is right now having the sword still in his like right hand, but this is where he stabs it to the ground because he feels tired. The white flame cloak disappears. It kind of, okay, what it kind of looked like, it looked like Yamamoto's kind of like flame cloak when he was fighting against the car, with that flame kind of like Bankai cloak for like the final kind of attack, but not the point, when he was fighting against Yuhaba. It kind of looked like that, but mostly the white flame cloak kind of looked more like a Sanjin Wu's kind of cloak when he was fighting against, what's it called, the white flame monarch. But it was flames, made out of flames. And his feat was basically just a mostly active skill where he actually dashes, and mostly a trail behind him actually appears with white flames. But he's moving super fast. Think of it like mostly, what's it called? Shinrai, when he is actually kind of fighting against his little brother. And of course, he's moving extremely fast and doesn't work well. Mostly, you only see kind of like a trail of flames when he's fighting against his brother. So that's what it kind of looks like. So yeah, this is where, well, Issei is right now stabbing the sword into the ground. This is where he feels very, very hot. Yes, he actually, mostly, he's still not too entirely fire resistant. But of course, this is where, well, he feels like he is burning up a lot. This is where, well, he's breathing out pretty heavily. This is where, well, his hair went back to a brownish color. Well, mostly back to just being white. And this is where it's no longer flaming white, but this is where his eyes are kind of just red still. And this is where, well, horns and tails disappear, but this is where, well, Issei has the katana stabbed to the ground. He also sees his katana still fine, mostly even though he was using white flames. And white flames are pretty hot flames. So of course, you can get the point that any normal weapon would instantly melt with any of the techniques that Issei uses. This is where, well, he then turns around to see Beru's body actually igniting with white flames, because those cuts and slashes do ignite with white flames after killing the opponent, or even if the opponent was alive. This is where, well, Issei turns back around. Of course, he's holding on to the katana, like if it's like, what's it called, a crutch, mostly like a cane or something. And this is where, well, Issei is walking towards Beru. This is where, well, Issei sighs and looks straight down to the mostly giant, strong ant that he basically was a tough motherfucker. Issei sighs, and this is where, well, he decides to crouch down. And Issei says, "Arise, please, come back to life. What was your name? I can't give you a name, and I can't remember your name. But you are a really good opponent, so please serve me." Issei said. Whatever, are you tired? But he has kind of cheerful smile. And this is where, well, white flames started appearing around mostly where the body of Beru was at. They're starting to grow up and they're starting to kind of appear mostly an ant. Now, a white flame ant. This is where, well, it's similar to that from the rise from the undead, but turns into a white flame kind of soldier. This is where, well, it also kind of looks mostly, it looks to be like the Arise one, but at the same time, it does have some demonic features, a little bit. This is where, well, Issei looks at the white flame kind of soldier. And this is where, well, rank, it is literally a, what's it called, like general. It just became a general. This is where, well, it also can talk, but not the point. This is where, well, Issei kind of doesn't remember the original name, but I'm going to just call it Beru because it's Beru. Because everyone likes Beru. Because he's actually quite adorable in the, what's it called, webtoon, but not the point. So, of course, this is where, well, Issei says, "I'll call you Beru." This is where Beru nodded and says, "My legion, I will protect you with all my power during this mostly life that you've given me." This is where, well, Issei says, "Yeah." This is where, well, Issei was about to fall down until Killua appears behind him and kind of grabs him and says, "Okay, that was an interesting fight you had there. But you still have mana to kind of give out because we still have a problem with ants kind of rushing towards us." "I thought you managed to kill them." "Oh, I made a hurricane. I made 2 hurricanes. Was that why the wind kind of picked up?" "Yeah, I made 2 hurricanes, but I'm still kind of running down on low mana." Issei looks at Beru, and this is where Issei says, "Will you be okay to kill them all?" This is where, well, Beru nodded and says, "Of course, my legion. I am basically your servant, and I will protect you. And if you wish for me to kill them, then I will do it." This is where Issei nodded and says, "Go, please." This is where, well, Issei did mostly get something from his inventory, basically throwing a mana potion straight towards mostly Killua and getting one for himself and just drinking it. And this is where, well, Beru rushes into the thin air. Of course, his wings are kind of white, kind of like a whitish kind of color. And of course, this is where, well, he flies so fast straight towards the ants that are actually rushing towards over here and just blitzing them in an instant, destroying everything that appears in front of him. This is where he also then kind of sends an explosion, or not an explosion, he kind of uses the sacred gear that he still has, because yes, even with Issei kind of arrives him, the sacred gear still stays with mostly the user because it's kind of connected with soul, but not the point. But this is where, well, he then makes a huge barrier appear around all the ants, and this is where Beru actually uses a skill called Cremation Burn. This is where he crematories everything that is around him in the barrier, burning everything to high degrees of flames. Issei noticed that his mana pool almost went down entirely almost all the way down. Issei says, oh, okay, well, gotta drink more potions. This is where Issei drinks even more because he pulls out 2 of them, start drinking them. This is where Killer was to watch off and says, did that skill take a lot of, what's it called? I should say, mana? Yes, it did. And not gonna lie, he actually made me discover another skill of mine. This is where, well, not discover, mostly made a new skill. Which I don't care, but I have a new skill. How many skills do you have? I'm not telling you. Oh, come on, why not? Because you didn't tell me you can summon ass fucking hurricanes. We're near a tropical fucking island. Well, mostly a tropical kind of place. I can make tornadoes, hurricanes, hail, and other things. I'm basically the monarch of storm. I thought you can just control lightning. Fuck you, man. I'm not... Really? Okay, sorry. It's just... I'm tired right now. This is where, well, mostly, what's it called? Killer says, also, are you burning up? Issei said, there's a good chance that mostly the transformation that I use and other skills might have burned up my body. And yes, I am burning up. It's pretty damn hot. This is where Issei takes off his shirt because, well, mostly he has like half-ripped shirt and kind of show off his muscles because it's quite burning. This is where, well, all the girls that were kind of still standing kind of saw this and literally just passed out after a while. Even, what's it called, Rias. This is where, well, some people really didn't want to pass out because Issei seems to be like trying to take off like pants also. Which mostly they wanted to see what's under there. But this is where Issei just kind of unbuckled them and kind of mostly sat down. He was already sitting down, but of course, he just wanted some breeze to go into his pants, but not much. He wasn't going to pull them down. This is where, well, girls are disappointed, but of course, still a bunch of people had dirty minds in their, well, mostly heads. This is where, well, their minds were mostly in the gutter, but yeah. Killua says, so, do you think Beru is already killing them all? Yes, he probably already did. This is where, well, Issei managed to get up, but this is where he still feels very tired and fatigued, and pretty much his body's burning up a little bit, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into mostly, well, Issei managing to summon out what's it called, his white flame dragon, because it mostly did went back into his body after kind of smacking him, but yeah, mostly pushing Beru and him towards mostly the land, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei kind of just says, okay, well, I'm still very tired, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly Issei gets up, he gets his shirt, and of course puts it on. His coat is not really with him, it actually did burn up, because it wasn't actually a flame-resistant coat. His clothes are flame-resistant, because he knows that he usually has that always on him, because it needs to be flame-resistant if he's ever going to use his skills. This is where, well, Issei said, okay, let's just go check on Beru then. This is where, well, mostly, right now, Killua nodded. And this is where, well, Issei kind of uses his, mostly dragon to appear. And this is where, well, Issei is still very walking kind of limply. But this is where, well, mostly he gets on the dragon. And of course, this is where Killua also just gets on the dragon. This is where they fly towards mostly the island. And it's called, what's it called? It's called Jeju Island. And this is where, well, they get towards where Beru would be at. And Beru is just right now easily slaughter everything. This is where Issei did arise most of the ants, and when he gets to mostly where the queen would be at, it's still alive, but of course Beru had to kill it. So yeah, it was kind of being controlled a little bit, but mostly Beru had a more kind of control of itself because, well, thanks to Issei's kind of own control. And of course Issei still had mana, but he was losing conscious a little bit. Issei keeps arising mostly these ants up from the kind of ground to kind of help him in battle, just in case in the near future. Because well, I should also mention one thing. Issei is now level 91, while Killua is level 87. So, of course, where they level up quite a bit, thanks to this whole kind of, like, ordeal somewhat. Well, mostly Issei is, like, 93, because he leveled up quite a bit, and, yeah, Killua did level up to being 89 instead. I'm gonna change their levels. This is where, well, this is where they find, well, Beru, and this is where, well, Issei kind of says, okay, all of you, let's go. This is where, well, he kind of ignored the queen because he realized that mostly the queen is kind of like a solar, and he did kind of felt mostly strange when he was getting over here, but yeah, mostly like something telling him not to arise it, but yeah, which he didn't. This is where, well, Issei decides to kind of, well, pass out. Literally, he was taking a couple of steps before just passing out in an instant, falling down to the ground and just, yeah, This is where Killua starts off and seeing how Issei went so far even though his body was burning up and his fatigue must have been like very high. It's so fucking high. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly, Killua decides to just pick up Issei even. Well, he didn't pick him up himself. He summoned out a lightning kind of like mostly armor figure to kind of pick up Issei and just kind of like carry him towards mostly near like some shade or something. Well, Killua kind of just like mostly went probably doing something else, but yeah, just to train a little bit more. But yeah, because he sees that Issei probably gotten stronger, thanks to the fact that he got a strong new kind of, well, what's it called, soldier in his ranks. And that soldier seems to be taking out almost anything and being able to talk to someone. Because they did talk to Killua a little bit. This is where, well, or mostly towards Issei, and he did hear how mostly the ant seems to be able to talk. But yeah. This is where, well, Issei kind of, well, just wakes up after a while and says, what? Where the hell am I? This is where Killua says, so you're fucking awake, bro. I thought you were literally just going to die from heat stroke or something. What? No. What happened? This is where, well, Killua says, you passed the fuck out. Then the fact that we were about to leave this island. I could leave, but then again, you would be kind of pissed wondering where the fuck you're at entirely and why the hell I left you. Issei says, yeah, you're probably right. We should probably get back to the island. You mean the vacation island or basically back home? Cause Issei said, I can't leave my shit at the fucking hotel. Even though I really want to go home, I can't leave my shit. What did you even bring? A couple headphones, earbuds, 2 other phones, and a PS kind of P. Huh, PSP what? PS5. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to go back there. This is where, well, they decide to use their white flame dragon to get back over there, or mostly Issei did. And this is where, well, Issei gets to the hotel room. And this is where Issei says, okay, backpack, money, phones, headphones, PS5. Okay, everything's here. I didn't really put anything else around here, so that's good. That's where Issei starts kind of like putting it in his inventory, and this is where Killua did also appear, kind of grabbing some other shit because he forgot something. He decides to run off back to the rooftop because mostly there's where the dragons would be at. This is where when they're getting towards the dragon already kind of got dispelled in an instant thanks to the fact something actually hit it. Or mostly something seems to like divide its energy and just take it out. And of course both Killua and Issei are right now on guard. Of course Issei does have his like daggers, katana, and some other daggers that might be able to help him. But just in case anything happens. Right now someone appears right now flying in armor. This is where, well, they seem to be having a white kind of draconic armor with blue wings. And this is where, well, this person also kind of seems to kind of have the armor suited towards the feature of what they are entirely. They're kind of like female, or probably some male that's probably too skinny, and that's why it looks kind of femalish. This is where, well, both Killua and Issei looks at what's it called, the white armor figure. Looks back at each other, looks at the white armor figure, and looks back at each other. They both kind of look at each other. This is where, well, both of them are quite back to, well, regular kind of strength and not having fatigue or any of that. And this is where, well, both of them just look at each other saying, should we run or should we just fucking fight this thing? Issei said, I don't know what to do. I don't know what the fuck this thing does. Could be a monster? This is where, well, someone coughed. Mostly the armor figure cough and say, I'm not a monster. This is where, well, it seems to be kind of female-ish, the voice. Well, yeah, female-ish. And this is where, well, both of them say, oh, you're a female. I thought you were a male. Both of them just deadpans. This is where, well, the female who is right now kind of glaring at both of them, even if they could see it, but they can feel like they're getting glared at by mostly this person. And this is where, well, Issei said, so what do we do, Killua? Killua says, I want to say we book it. This is where, well, Issei says, good plan. This is where, well, Issei was about to kind of like get mostly away from, well, this person by kind of swinging, well, sending something straight at it. And before anything happens, this is where the person says, don't you dare summon anything to try to attack me. You realize this place is now surrounded by other people. And behind you is actually the double king Lucifer. and also the governor angel, fallen angel named Azel. Issei and Killua turns around, sees none other than, well, Lucifer, well, mostly Cersei, Lucifer, and Azel. This is where Issei looks back, well, mostly Issei and Killua looks back at each other, looks back at them, looks back at the white armor figure. This is where Killua says, I can skip them, you realize that. This is where, well, they didn't really say anything out loud. They're mostly when telepath connects, and this is where Issei said, don't say anything out loud. This is where Killua said, okay, mostly in his head. And this is where Issei said, what we do is I use a skill called White Flame Dash to just escape them. You use Godspeed, and we fucking run to the edge of the island and fucking use that dragon to go back to Kua, or wherever we're gonna go. This is where, well, Killua said, bet, that's a plan right there. This is where, well, Issei right now disappears, or mostly disappears from mostly Killua's sight, and appears right in front of the white dragon, just so it can actually get rid of mostly one of the wings. Issei pulls out his dagger, right now cutting off that wing that was with the bluish kind of wings, that was kind of sending some energy out. This is where, well, the person widened their eyes in an instant. And this is where Issei, before he even kind of like let go of the person with armor, Issei kind of just sent a fucking powerful kind of knee into this person, shattering the armor. It was actually a female, and she falls down to the ground, and it's like, she's coughing up just some spit, just because she's surprised. And this is where Issei says, White Flame Dash! This is where he disappears in an instant, even though he's in, like, the air. This is where, well, mostly Cersei and Azel are surprised, and this is where they see Killua, and Killua says, Godspeed. This is where he then just says, lightning speed, just runs off, even just off the building, and starts running down the, what's it called, well, mostly down the kind of building. This is where he's gone. This is where both Issei and Killua are gone. This is where both of them are surprised, seeing how, well, they got easily just outrun, and mostly they were running like hell. This is where, well, Issei is right now booking it through mostly the jungle, somewhat tropical forest. And this is where, well, mostly he's getting towards mostly where he kind of told Killua to be located at. This is where, well, Issei is kind of getting there, but this is where, well, he got stopped in an instant by a couple of people trying to kind of like stab at him, or mostly, well, a couple of energies, like magical different energies. Either light spear, kind of demonic energy, or that of mostly human mage energy, or something else. This is where Issei manages to dodge, and this is where, well, he turns back around to see a white-haired Nekomaru tries to attack him, about to punch him. This is where Issei says, Tigre! Tigre appears grabbing, well, mostly appearing and clawing at the, what's it called, Nekomaru in an instant. This is where, well, mostly the Nekomaru widened her eyes because it was none other than the same white tiger that appears. This is where Tigre roars in an instant. This is where, well, Issei says, distract him for a little bit. Tigre understands because he can't really die. This is where Tigre is right now in rage, looking at mostly the people that appear. There's a bunch of females, but this is where, well, one had reddish hair, one had blackish hair, kind of short blackish hair. Another one had kind of blondish, stolish hair. One kind of had brownish hair. Then, yeah, you get the point. Just a bunch of different kind of hair colors. And Tigre doesn't know who exactly these people are, but he doesn't care. This is where a sword actually tries to stab upon him, but this is where he turns into flames and claw at the person right in the side of mostly the waist. This is where taking a good chunk of mostly his waist. This is where, oh, the person screams aloud and a little bit, but he still kind of managed to jump away. He's bleeding a lot. It's none other than Kiba. Mostly it's not a female, but it's a guy. But yeah, Killer says, I'm sorry. Rhea screaming. This is where, well, mostly Butchu. This is where, well, Rhea says, you dare hurt one of my servants, I should destroy you. This is where she sent a destruction magic strike towards mostly the white tiger, being Tigre, and Tigre just kind of eats the shit. This is where, well, Rhea seems just surprised. This is where, well, the tiger right now says, white flame of annihilation burn. Destruction magic at it. This is where, well, he sent a very powerful blast from his mouth that was actually about to hit all of them. This is where, well, someone with red hair appears, destroying the magic in an instant. It's none other than Cersei and Azel. Tigre widen his eyes, and this actually starts booking it also because, well, the destruction magic seems to be quite powerful. And Tigre isn't at the same level as a general, but yeah, he's just booking it. This is where, well, he turns to white flames and just gone. This is where, well, we'll see. Cersei says, damn it. We can't let those two escape. This is where, well, mostly, well, the person's still kind of bleeding. Mostly, what's it called? Kiba. And this is where, well, a blondish hair nun kind of appears, kind of healing him. Now, of course, she's actually in the fallen angel side, but yeah. This is where, well, she's just healing him because, yeah, because of her sacred gift. This is where, well, both Issei and Killua appears in the outskirts, and this is where Killua is running in the sand. This is where, well, Killua says, we gotta fucking go! This is where, well, Issei says, I know! I was almost chased down. Tigger says, I'm back! This is where, well, Issei says, well, that's good to know you're back. What is happening? Mostly the leader of the devils. If all angels are here, shit, we can't still take them out on our level. Can we? I don't think so. I mean, unless I summon Beru to beat their asses, but would that work? This is where, well, right now, Killua says, I mean, do you want to waste a lot of mana before we get to the what's it called place, or do you want to waste it right now? Or mostly waste it during the whole time we're flying? You got a point. Damn, I wish I had a teleportation magic. Yeah, we all do. We want teleportation magic. Fuck. This is where, well, mostly someone appears from a red magic circle with other people behind him in a yellow magic circle with other people appearing. This is where brownish hair kind of sees Issei, and this is where, well, she then says, Issei-kun. This is where, well, Issei says, Moriyama, hey, why the hell were you with the devils? I'm not a devil, but I just want to question some stuff. Oh, well, that's too bad, because I need to be going. I am going back to Kyoto, and I'm just gonna stay there and sit there and, do stuff. By, not being bothered by 3 faction leaders. Or, where's the third one? The angels? This is where Killua says, yeah, that one. The dubs. This is where everyone says, did he just insult the angels and call them dubs? Besides, the bats and crows are here. I'm not dealing with them. This is where, well, mostly not Killua. This is where Killua was bursting to laugh for a while. Issei is just saying, he's just kind of calling the mostly devils bats, while the fallen angels crows, and calling them angels dubs. This is where everyone says, okay, I mean, yes, our wings are similar to that of... This is where, well, mostly a guy with kind of goldenish bangs with kind of blackish hair. And of course, he's none of the fallen angel leader. And this is where his name is, what, Azo says, hey, come on, kid, you don't need to be mean to us. This is where he says, stay back, or I summon something that you two, and that one over there, that reddish hair that looks like the male version of, well, what was her name again? Which one? The red hair, the one girl. Reyes? Yeah, Reyes. I would... Is it Reyes? This is where, well, Killua says, I don't fucking remember. Reyes just seems to be deadpanning at both Killua and Issei, just forgetting her name. And this is where Reyes says, my name is Rise. I mean, you see, Reyes. Reese's. I guess so. I would... Fuck, I forgot where I was at. This is where Issei said. This is where everyone switch off. And this is where I will fucking kick the shit out of you, Reese's older brother looking male version. Whatever, bullcrap. This is where, well, both Azo and mostly Surzek swatch offs, and mostly how Issei and Killua are acting. They're acting similar to that being childish, but at the same time mostly seems to be not wanting to talk to them. So yeah, childish. Mostly Reyes swatch off was just says, This is where Reyes said, I want to actually talk to you two about something. You two wouldn't mind joining my Moranch, would you? This is where, well, she tries to ask them to see if they would. And this is where, well, Issei said, Moranch. This is where Killua says, I don't fucking know. I think we can't get incarnated into whatever factions. Why is that? Monarch status. Oh, right. Oh, right. Wait a minute. Is that actually a thing for the status? This is where Issei looks to his system, just started poking the thin air, and people are confused. This is where Issei said, oh, wait. You're right. We can't be reincarnated into any factions. That's actually so cool. This is where, well, mostly the others kind of hear that and say, wait, they can't be reincarnated? Reyes hears that and say, This is where he says, since we can't be reincarnated, battle come out! This is where, well, Beru appears, and this is where he roars in an instant. This is where he says, kick the fuck out of them! This is where, well, mostly both Surtex and mostly Azo now feels threatened, the fact that Beru appears, and this is where Beru says, with pleasure, my legion. This is where Issei says, Icarus also appeared. This is where Icarus appears, and this is where Icarus says, yes, sir. This is where, well, mostly Icarus is an elite knight, while, well, Beru was a Ka general. This is where Killua says, come out also, you two. This is where, well, he kind of makes 2 lightning soldiers, or mostly 1 lightning soldier, 1 ice soldier. This is where, well, 1 lightning soldier is actually let me call this again. His name is Saboteur, and Saboteur appears, and this is where he's actually a general. This is where he says, yes, my lord, do you want me to destroy them? Yes, sir, I do. Also, the ice one is Frozen Knight, or mostly not Frozen Knight. His name is, what's it called? This is what the other Frost Knight, well, mostly the other one kind of looks like. It looks to be a Frost Knight, but his name is Lich King. I'm gonna just call it Lich King. This is where, well, he is right now also, well, an elite knight. This is where, well, we'll see Sir Zexen right now, as it seems to right now, sees the trembling magical energy. This is where Issei pulls out multiple, like, well, buys a lot of, like, mana potions, gives a couple towards mostly Killua. This is where Killua says, what do we do? Drink a lot of them, just so your mana doesn't go all the way down. We're gonna have to kind of keep buying until we get to the fucking mainland. This is where, well, Killua says, okay, to summon out the dragon. This is where Issei summoned out the dragon. This is where Issei said, okay, what's it called? Icarus? This is where Icarus nodded. This is where he appears on mostly the dragon. This is where Beto was still on the ground. This is where, well, Killua says, come out, what's it called? Mostly the Frost Knight. This is where the Frost Knight understands and decides to follow along with Killua. And this is where, well, he then leaves the call, mostly, well, what's his name? He leaves Savitar with mostly Beto. Because Savitar can just run on the water so fast that basically he's not falling down. He's also basically kind of not an alive human, but yeah. Or whatever. He's just something that's pretty fast. And Killua might kill for not the point. Also, what Savitar looks like, you can basically think of that one from The Flash. So yeah, that's what he kind of looks like. This is where Savitar pulls out two blades from mostly his like armor somewhat from his like hands. And this is where, well, Beto shows his sharp claws. And right now glares at the two kind of strong looking leaders. This is where Issei says, okay, let's go, dragon. Issei starts drinking a lot just so he won't like lose mana, like lose a lot of mana. This is where the dragon takes off and just flies away. But yeah, this is where someone was about to like kind of use her armor, because mostly one of her wings went to be repaired, and take off to try to chase after, well, mostly the two of them. Before she was about to like take off, she was flying up in the air and she was about to get into her balance breaker until mostly Beto appears right now, grabbing her from the face and smashing her down to the ground. Beto screeches and says, I will not let anyone touch my legion. This is where, well, Beto rushes straight towards what they call Sir Zex. Sir Zex remembers the whole fucking battle, and this time there's no humans. So he sends a lot of destruction into, well, mostly Beto. Beto just kind of just breaks through it thanks to his, like, sacred gear, his longitis barrier. This is where he managed to just basically blows right into, what's it called? Well, mostly Sir Zex. This is where, well, Sir Zex widened his eyes, and this is where a punch was sent straight to his gut. This is where he was launched out of the way, smashed into multiple trees. This is where Savitar right now disappears into a lightning flash. Or mostly a lightning, just like, he just became into lightning and rushes straight towards the car, mostly as grabbing him from the face and smashing him to multiple trees. This is where, well, mostly as his skin pop, 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 pop. This is where almost everyone else who was just watching this just widened their eyes, seeing how mostly Issei and mostly Killua escape and sending out like two powerful creatures that probably will kill him if they get in the way. So of course, where, well, someone glares the fact that mostly Issei and Killua managed to get away, but this is where, well, they are still going to have to help their leaders. Even though some of them are humans, they don't believe them to be leaders, but still just help them out. This is where, well, we go into Sir Zex right now, kind of fighting against what they call Killua, which Killua's clawing at him, beating his ass, showing him what's good, right now stomping on his shit. This is where, well, every time that Sir Zex actually managed to take a limb from, mostly, what's it called? Well, Beto can just regenerate thanks to he's a white flame kind of creature. He's made out of by the white flame's power. This is where, well, mostly it's similar to fighting a phoenix, but his regeneration is much faster. And he's actually an immortal, which the only thing to actually somehow destroy the white flame creature is by destroying the actual user who summoned it out, but they're basically running away like him because, well, they want to go home. But yeah, this is where Beto right now is beating the shit out of what's it called, well, Sir Zex, without a care in the world. Stomping on shit, kind of grabbing both of his arms and stretching it out mostly from the back. Think of it mostly like, what's it called, Sasuke about to like take out that kind of like Sound Ninja's arms and kind of just saying, die. This is where he's screaming like a madman. And this is where, well, everyone sees this. And this is where Ray starts to attack her destruction magic, which it doesn't do jack towards Beru. And Beru says, this is where he's about to like breaks both of what's it called Cersei's arms. And this is where Cersei is screaming. This is where, well, Issei managed to call back Beru because, well, he's actually extending the whole mana line pretty too long. So, of course, this is where Beru lets go of his arms and says, my legion is calling me. This is where he flies away and just phew. But yeah, this is where, well, we go into Saboteur, and this is where Saboteur, this is where he appears into the clear view of where Cersei and what's it called, the other side. And Saboteur does know that Killua is calling him back. This is where he then throws Azul into what's it called Cersei, pushing them into the ocean where I care in the whole fucking world. Saboteur starts running like in God's speed right now away from the others. Everyone just went in their eyes. Two powerful leaders were just taken out like nothing. Just literally nothing. This is where Saboteur and what's it called, Beru right now and just going in max speed straight towards their leaders. This is where, well, Issei are seeing what's it called. Well, they already kind of bring back their own knights back into their bodies just to, they want to expel any more mana. And this is where, well, mostly Beru and mostly the, what's it called, Saboteur appears. This is where Saboteur jumps onto Beru and both of them just went into their mostly own legion. But yeah, this is where he says, okay, we're going to the fucking island. I don't care what we do. Get to Japan already. This is where, well, they get to Japan, but yeah. They actually stayed in Tokyo after a while, but yeah, they did not give a damn. But yeah. We go into a time skip of mostly a couple of weeks later. Now, everyone that was on that whole thing, of course, they had to make a lie that that one person died on an incident, that one kind of male person. And this is where they said that both basically Issei and Killua went back home because they were nervous. They made a lie, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei and Killua were just basically chilling in Tokyo. Now, of course, they were in a couple of fights, but yeah, but they didn't really care. Now, what I mean in a couple of fights, I mean, they were literally in about some, what's it called, Tokyo kind of, it was kind of like a Tokyo Revenger kind of style, which they were kind of in fights. Issei met a cool ass person, his name was Mikey, and Mikey was cool enough to kind of like let Killua and Issei just kind of follow around, mostly fighting against like other gang members and whatever, because mostly Issei and Killua were cool with that, but whatever. This is where, well, Issei also met Draken, and of course, he was actually, Draken's tattoo of like a dragon tattoo looks cool as hell, but yeah. This is where, well, so yeah, that happened. Now, we go back into a time skip of mostly a week later, going back to mostly Killua. Now, they appear on a train, and of course, train managed to get all the way from mostly Tokyo towards Killua, and it wasn't that long of a drive. But yeah, this is where both of them managed to get out of mostly the train and sees, well, we'll see a red-haired girl with mostly her kind of family, somewhat, well, not family, mostly, well, her family, Paraj, her older brother, and of course, there was also the black-haired girl, and of course, mostly older sister, and this is where they see a greenish hair man. Now, of course, on the other side, they see a fallen angel governor leader being all fucked up from the face because he got fucked up even worse from Sir Zix. Well, kind of worse, not much. He was just being run around. A girl that seems to be quite annoyed in the fact that she couldn't fight anyone because she's just been very angry for a couple of weeks. It's been kind of 3 weeks from that whole incident, and they're still kind of fucked up. And this is where, well, mostly a blondish hair girl, and of course, mostly a darkish hair girl. But yeah, one has magenta eyes and the other has kind of dullish blue. This is where there's a brownish hair girl with kind of yellowish eyes, hazelish kind of eyes. And this is where, well, she's next to a kind of female who's actually pretty big and seems to be like the probably mother of, well, what's it called? Also this brownish hair girl. And she seems to have like a longish, beautiful brown hair, not being messy. This is where, well, she has kind of like hazelish eyes, and they're quite pretty. They're quite light. And this is where, well, she also has a very voluptuous kind of figure. Well, yeah, figure. Of course, her daughter seems to be the same, but mostly she's kind of hiding in mostly just clothes that seems to be hiding her kind of figure. But yeah, but it's kind of hard to hide that. But yeah, this is where next wears a pinkish hair girl, and another one is kind of brownish hair, and they seem to have also mothers with them. But yeah, now when Issei and Killua walk out of the train, they see this, and this is where both of them say, "Nope, we're going back to Tokyo." This is where they said, "Fuck that, back to Tokyo." This is where the train was going to take them back to Tokyo anyway. So of course, they wouldn't even care if they had to like drive a motorcycle over here. They would not care. This is where before they could even go back into the train. It was back into Kuwa, and the train was going to what's it called? Kyoto? Yeah, the other kind of like sister of Tokyo. And this is where Issei and mostly Killua noticed the other train that was behind them and see that it was going to take them to Tokyo. So of course, this is where they run past almost all of them in an instant, right now speeding towards mostly the train, jump into the train before it closes and says bye bye. This is where they kind of just run. This is where they all switch up in an instant. This is where someone with whitish hair just says, "What was that?" This is where it was kind of for the maid outfit. This is where Ria says, "Was that Issei and Killua again?" Wait, why are they taking a train to Tokyo? Wasn't the train already from Tokyo to Kyoto? This is where they all just nodded, just dumbly and confusedly. This is where they go back to Tokyo and just said, "Fuck it, we can just talk to Mikey, seeing if he has an extra motorcycle or something." But they go into a motorcycle shop talking to Mikey. Mikey kind of said, "Not really. I mean, unless you want to repair one and kind of make it your own." But yeah, this is where Issei Killua says, "Bet." This is where they basically make their own motorcycle. That took them about 3 days because they needed parts and other stuff. But yeah, now Issei actually was learning from another person from mostly how to make a motorcycle and how to kind of rebuild it and with extra parts and other stuff. But yeah, now Issei's motorcycle is basically looks like this. So mostly it looked like this. The tires are kind of red like that. This is where, instead of having a red star and a red kind of star over here, it was basically patterned to kind of be in white flames and mostly a kind of white flame kind of demonic skull, but not the point. This is where, he had it on that train, mostly kind of, not trail train, mostly the same kind of like, same style of like what his white flame monarch is supposed to be, because there's also the demon king of, demons, but yeah, he found out that a while ago, but yeah. Well, mostly this is how Issei's motorcycle looked like for real. It's kind of mostly like a biker gang one, but yeah, not the point. Looked like this most of the time, while the other one was mostly Killua's, but yeah. Now the patterns were different. Mostly he had white flames and of course somewhat white flame demonic skull and other things, while Killua's was similar to that, but yeah. But of course, mostly his was like lightning pattern, but yeah, and other kind of patterns. But not the point. This is where, Issei kind of just nodded. He managed to get his motorcycle working, even Killua's. And this is where, mostly Killua's is kind of like built a little bit different. It's kind of also mostly like built to kind of be like a electricity kind of like vehicle instead of taking gas and other things. Well, mostly Issei's does take gas, but also can go faster with mostly white flames. But yeah, think of it like similar to that of mostly Ghost Rider, so it kind of looks like that. That's how Issei's motorcycle kind of looks similar to that, but mostly with style and other stuff. This is where, Issei and Killua just kind of took their shit around and kind of just driving, with also mostly Mikey and even what's it called, truck, and just riding around. But yeah, now of course this is where, we go into what's it called, Killua and Issei going back with their motorcycle straight to Kyoto. This is where they're just driving. They're just easily trying to race each other, and of course this is where, they're kind of are leaving somewhat trails behind, like burn marks and maybe just like some other marks, like melted marks, but not the point. This is where they're driving as fast as they can to get towards mostly Kyoto. Now, of course, they're kind of racing, but yeah. Of course, it worked well. Issei hasn't really texted his parents in a while for some stuff. So yeah, he's just gonna lie saying that he accidentally went to Tokyo, and of course this is where he managed to survive, but with a friend, and yeah. This is where, some stuff happened, but yeah. We go back into mostly Kuo. Now, we go into people kind of getting off a train. They seem kind of exhausted. Well, two people seem exhausted, two males. It's because the fact that they were there for a while and they were still hurt and they couldn't drink alcohol. They were just tired, depressed, and just meh. They were so fucked up, so yeah. Of course, where they hear kind of like this motorcycle engine kind of like driving. This is where, they see the people who are actually driving. One doesn't have a fucking like motorcycle helmet because most of you took it off to be hearing kind of music, so yeah. The song he's hearing right now is called So the song he's hearing is called "Run Up" made by I Am Jake Hill and Josh A. But yeah. But this is where, well, he's hearing that song, and of course, he just kind of driving, not that slowly, he's driving quite fast, trying to keep up with Killua. Killua isn't hearing music, but this is where Killua is saying, come on, no, fuck you, I'm gonna make it. This is where, well, mostly they did kind of summon out some creatures, thinking that there was really no one kind of like in Killua. Well, there are, but mostly, they kind of like let two soldiers, kind of like two different types of soldiers, to kind of make a line. Like a little line thing, finish line, so they can see who's actually much more faster in a motorcycle. Well, Issei's hearing music, and this is where he's driving calmly. This is where, well, Killua is trying to speed up, but yeah. This is where he was about to add a little bit of lightning magic, and this is where Issei was about to add a little bit of flame magic. They hear this kind of screaming name, and this is where, well, they turn around, and mostly Killua was distracted, while Issei managed to take first. This is where, well, mostly Killua turns around, and right now he stopped his motorcycle to see the train track and realize that he sees, well, the three factions, well, a couple of factions, probably other people, and he sees Moriyama. This is where he's confused. He points at himself, but this is where Moriyama's kind of smack herself in the head and say she's talking about Issei. This is where, well, Issei managed to take first line and say, yeah, I won, motherfucker! So what's happening? Oh, shit. This is where Issei turned onto the motorcycle. This is where, well, Killua says, should we talk to them? Because we're just gonna keep dipping and trying to, like, get away from them. Hey. Besides, don't worry. We're not even gonna go to Koa. What do you mean we're not going to Koa? We're gonna fucking switch. I will fucking switch. This is where, well, Killua says, and how are you gonna do that? Some illegal fucking businesses to do. This is where, well, Summer gonna fucking switch. I'm not staying with them. Haha, fuck that shit. Fuck it, whatever you do, I'm gonna probably do the same. This is where, he's just exactly. Now, time to drive. This is where, Killua finished. The finish line seems to be already cut open. And this is where, well, Killua says, you cheating motherfucker. This is where he says, well, too bad for you. This is where Issei's like dipping away, but yeah. This is where Killua is chasing after him with the motorcycle, but yeah. This is where, well, Moriyama sighs, and this is where she feels so angry that she actually bends the metal, kind of like what's it called, railing. And this is where, well, mostly people are saying, Moriyama, are you okay? Moriyama says, no, I'm not okay. That motherfucker isn't going to pay attention to us. Damn it, and I need to talk to him. This is where Aika says, you want to confess your love to him. You want to tell him that how much you love him, how much you want to. This is where, well, we'll see Moriyama's face becomes all red and say, shut up, Aika. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to talk to him. This is where, well, Aika says, oh, I know, sis. I know how much you love him. This is where, Moriyama says, don't ever call me sis like that. This is where, well, Aika says, fine. But still, they seem to just be trying to ignore us and trying to probably move from another school. This is where, well, mostly Sona seems confused and says, what do you mean move to another school? Well, think about it. They realize they're going to have to go back to being a, second year. Well, with us kind of being a second year in Kuo. And since the female domination is still kind of dominating the males and other things, they probably are thinking to move into another school where there's kind of equality and they won't ever need to see us again. This is where, well, everyone hears Aika and says, huh? This is where, well, mostly someone says, I thought you only have nothing but your mind in the gutter. When the hell did you become smart? This is where, well, Aika says, I'm always smart, you bitches. This is where she mostly glares at everyone and kind of just growls at them a little bit and kind of pouts. This is where, well, they said, huh, okay. So that's what they're going to try to do. This is where, well, he says, come on. This is where, well, they're getting towards mostly Issei's neighborhood. And of course, where, well, Issei appears at mostly his house. Of course, this is where he turns off the engine. Mostly goes inside. And this is where, well, not goes inside. He goes inside his gate and other things. And of course, this is where he knocks at his, like family door. And this is where, well, who opens is basically his mother. His mother seems surprised to see Issei and Killua. This is where, even though she doesn't know who exactly Killua is, she finds out after a while and what happened. This is where she was worried sick, and now she finally was calm a little bit. And Issei kind of explained a little bit of mostly what happened, and he thought that he was going to go home because he felt kind of like sick and worried about his mom and dad. And of course, where well, Killer was also the same, but he basically got transferred to Tokyo. They waited there a couple of days, but yeah, they also met some other people, and he became friends with them. Issei kind of asked if they can actually move to Tokyo. This is where, well, because he's actually wanting to go to Tokyo and go into some of the schools where Mikey and what's it called, Draken are going. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly Killua just gonna go there and not really tell his parents anything. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly, well, Mika sighs and says, "You don't want to go to Kuo? I thought your dream was to kind of become Heron King." He says, "Nah, I think I just realized after being in Death's Door that I don't really want to have a harem." This is where, well, mostly Mika kind of has a little sad kind of mostly face until she then has a smile and says, "Okay, if you say that you made more friends in Tokyo, then I guess I will ask our father if he wants to move to Tokyo." They also do remind me, I think he did get a job in Tokyo, so we might have to move sooner or later. He say right now in his head, he says, "Fuck yeah!" He still had mostly telekinesis, well, not telekinesis, telepathically skills still active, and of course this is where Kilo says, "Can you not scream in my head?" This is where he said towards what's it called, Issei, and Issei says, "Shit, I forgot I still had that connected." "Yeah, you motherfucker." This is where, well, mostly Issei said, sorry. This is where Issei said, "Okay, mom." This is where he didn't really do anything outside, but yeah. Not to kind of worry his mother why he kind of said hell yeah, but not the point. This is where, well, his mother kind of said, "But still, Issei, if you ever find a nice girl in Tokyo or anything, I want you to kind of go out with them and maybe bring some grandkids with us." Well, grandkids for us? This is where, well, Issei's face becomes red and looks away. This is where, well, Killua is laughing, saying, "Ha! That sucks for you." This is where, well, mostly, well, his mother says, "Oh, Killua, sweetie." This is where, well, Killua says, "Huh? Wait, why you call me that? So, where's your parents?" Issei, well, Killua said, "Oh, they live somewhere else. I will go back there and talk to them." Okay. This is where, well, mostly, Killua said, "Still, it's funny to hear her just say that you gotta bring grandkids. This is where, well, Issei says, "Shut up, Killua, before I kick your ass straight to the moon. Bring it, motherfucker." This is where Killua is ready to fucking fight and throw hands with Issei. But we go into the next day, and of course, this is where, well, Issei and Killua aren't driving their motorcycles because, well, they just feel like walking. But yeah, they're kind of going to the mall because Issei is going to have to pick out some other clothing because he kind of grew a couple more inches and he kind of looks like 6'3", but yeah. And also the fact that he also gotta get some fireproof resistant clothing so it won't burn. But yeah, this is where, well, they are right now in the mall, and this is where, well, Killua is kind of like going somewhere else to kind of check out something, while Issei kind of goes to the fucking clothing store. And this is where, when he walks in there, he's just looking for the male section. He asks one of the co-workers, well, mostly one of the kind of like, yeah, co-workers or whatever that works there, to where the male stuff are at. And this is where, well, the person was blushing looking at Issei because Issei's face did kind of become a little more sharper and other things. And of course, this is where, well, his hairstyle makes it also look great. This is where, well, she then says, "Yes, they're over there." This is where Issei says, "Thank you." This is where Issei walks away. Of course, this is where, well, she was blushing. This is where she was wondering what Issei has under his shirt. And maybe under his pants, just having dirty thoughts in her head. But yeah, she thought that mostly the person looked like to be 21, but he is actually 17. Yeah, he turned 17 recently, but not the point. This is where, well, Issei kind of gets to the male side, and this is where, well, he's looking around, seeing some stuff until he sees like a black jacket, some other things for grayish pants, some other stuff. And this is where he then noticed, well, mostly kind of like this white Shinigami, well, not white, well, it's kind of like it kind of looks like Aizen's kind of coat. This is where Issei said that would be cool as hell just to have, just in case I have to go ever into battle. Issei was about to grab it until someone else grabbed it. This is where he looks to the side and sees, well, a girl with brownish hair and brownish eyes when she turns to the side also to see none other than Issei. This is where Issei said, or yeah, this is where, well, Issei was about to kind of like walk away, like let go of his hand from mostly the coat until Moriyama grabs his hand and says, "Where do you think you're going, you asshole? You've just been avoiding me like I'm the fucking plague. You've been avoiding everyone like they're the fucking plague or something. You avoid your friends, you avoid everyone. After that whole incident, This is where, well, Issei says, what? No. You should be avoiding me. This is odd. Why are you avoiding, well, why are you trying to find me anyway? This is where Moriyama says, I'm going to have to talk to you. And you're not going anywhere. This is where, well, Issei says, maybe I should go somewhere. This is where Issei's trying to walk away, trying to let go of his hand from mostly Moriyama. But Moriyama's grasp is quite tight on his arm. And so Issei sighs and says, what exactly do you want, Moriyama? This is where, well, Moriyama says, I want to talk to you. And don't you dare try to run away, even if I let go of your wrist. He says, well, I would never run away. Why would I ever run away? It's not like I'm the perverted trio and I gotta escape from you because I feel like you will pull out a katana and try to kill me. Huh? How would I? I'm not gonna kill you in the store. That's where, well, Issei says, but you do look like you want to murder me anytime. Either in bed or, well, maybe. This is where Mariama's face becomes a little bit rushed. She says, shut up. Don't say that out loud. He says, sorry. I still have a little pervert tendency. But that's not the point. If you don't mind me, I'm going to just... This is where Mariama says, Issei? Issei says, fine. What do you want? This is where, well, both of them are just glaring at each other. And this is where she sighs and says, I just want to talk. Please, let me talk. This is where Issei sighs and says, fine. You have a couple of seconds. Or minutes, or whatever. But this is actually where I'm actually going to leave it off. For part 4 of this what if. Other than that, I gotta be going to do something. But yeah, also if you hear that kind of sound, I'm just turning on my air conditioner because it's fucking hot in my room. I've been just sitting here and it's been hot. But other than that, bye, see you, bye.